Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to this special episode where I'm going to talk about this Mauritius tax treaty issue. First, the foreigners who are investing here, they belong to two categories. One, people who are trading in futures and options, and then other people who are investing in equity market. Although same company can do both the things, but mostly people who do F&O, they don't do equity. Those who do equity, they don't do F&O. Probably for the purpose of hedging, they may be taking some positions. Now, first let us talk about people who are trading in futures and options. If you are trading in futures and options, an FPI trading in futures and options usually do not pay tax to India. Why? Because there is a rule. If a company or even an individual person from another country trading in futures and options in India, so that person has the provision to pay tax to India or to his own country. Say for example, if I stay in Dubai, if I register myself as an FPI in India, then I am a foreign portfolio investor. And if I trade in futures and options, I have a provision to pay tax to either to India or to Dubai, which is United Arab Emirates. So I can always say, I do not want to pay tax to India, I will pay tax to my own country, which is United Arab Emirates, my tax resident country, of course. And anyway, there is no taxation in United Arab Emirates, so therefore I do not pay tax anywhere. So most of the people who are trading in futures and options in India, the foreign portfolio investors, they do not pay tax. In fact, most of the people who are trading in futures and options, they are actually not foreigners. They are Indians, who are settled in another country. Say for example, I am an Indian, born and brought up in India, but I came to Singapore to work, so therefore I took Singapore citizenship. So now I am a foreigner, but I am an Indian origin, but a foreigner. I can register as an FPI in India. So most of the people belong to this category. And in fact, many people, they just send one of the family members abroad, they acquire some other citizenship. Let us say you pay 1 crore or 1.5 crore, you can get some country citizenship. You don't even have to go to that country. So everything will be done online. So some people acquire foreign citizenship and then they trade from the other country so that they do not have to pay tax. How many of you know that Adani Group chairman, Gautam Adani, his brother is Vinod Adani, and he is a Cyprus citizen, right? I do not know where is that country Cyprus is located, but mostly he resides in Dubai only. Because, in Dubai you don't get citizenship. In Singapore you can get citizenship, but in Dubai you don't get citizenship. So these people acquire citizenship in some countries and then they reside in Dubai and then they trade in India. Of course, Vinod Adani doesn't trade in India, he is an investor. These people normally do not pay any tax to India. So that's very, very clear. Sometimes, emotionally some people come and comment in my timeline, we Indian middle class people pay tax so much, why these foreigners are, no. You can't compare like that, right? You want to go and set up a company, do you think the government will give a free land to you? No, they will not give. But if Tesla is coming, right, or if NVIDIA is coming, they are coming with a large investments and they will even give free land, right? That's because, they generate lot of employment, they generate lot of taxes. The same way, if you are working in India, you make a money, then you put the money in bank FD, whatever the interest that you are getting in that FD, you are liable to pay tax. But same thing, non-resident Indian working abroad, sending the money, put the money in FD, no tax on the interest. Why? Because they are bringing in the foreign currency, right? So foreign currency is required for India. So therefore, everything cannot be compared, so this is how things work. When it comes to capital gain tax, or taxation. So, I'm trading in US markets and there is no taxation for me. So, if I come to India, if the Indian government says I have to pay tax, then why should I come to India? Better I can stay in, I can trade in US markets. So, that's why, in order to be competitive with other countries, so a country can make some rules and regulations accordingly. Most of the funds, the larger funds, sovereign wealth funds, very big funds, they don't trade in futures and options. They invest only in equity. When they invest in equity, so there is no corporate tax or no business tax. It's only a capital gain tax. And in fact, there was no capital gain tax until 2017. Only in 2018, the capital gain tax came. Long-term capital gain tax was not there. Now, in 2017, India made an agreement with Mauritius, and those who are investing in India after 2017, they are liable to pay capital gain tax to India. So usually what happens, if a company in Mauritius invests in India, they'll say, I don't want to pay tax to your country, I will pay to my country. But in Mauritius, there is no capital gain tax. So they changed the rule with an agreement with Mauritius that those who are investing in India after 2017, they are liable to pay capital gain tax to India. Then that has been going on well. So all those people who have been investing, they have been paying tax. But even that time, those who invested before 2017, they were exempted from paying the capital gain tax. And what technically they call it as grandfathering clause, right? So the rule will apply only money that is coming after 2017, not for the money that came before 2017. But now what happened suddenly, the Indian government made another agreement with the Mauritius, stating that the people have to pass a test called PPT test. So what is that PPT test? So that's called principal purpose test. So those who do not pass that principal purpose test, okay, even if they had come before 2017, they are still liable to pay tax to India. So what is this PPT? What is this principal purpose test? Basically, if you are a resident of Mauritius and if you are doing some business there, and out of that money, you are sending that money to India for investment, then you are eligible for the tax benefit under double taxation avoidance agreement. But if you belong to some other country, let me give one example. Let us say you are from America. You invest directly in India. So either you have to pay capital gain tax in India or you have to pay in US. Both the countries' capital gain tax is there. So you have to pay the tax. What people do, they open a company in Mauritius, they put the money into that company invests in India. Then they will say, okay, now my Mauritius company invested in India, capital gain tax, I don't want to pay capital gain tax to you, I will pay capital gain tax to Mauritius. Anyway, there is no capital gain tax in Mauritius. If anybody opening a company in Mauritius only to take advantage of this tax benefit, because of this double taxation avoidance agreement, then they will not be given a tax benefit. So they are liable to pay tax. Now, many people argue, for and against, okay, the question is not whether FPI should be taxed or not. No, a country has the right to decide what kind of tax it has to charge, to whom it has to charge. If the people who are willing to pay the tax, they will come, otherwise they won't come. But the problem in India, I've been watching for the last 15 years, okay? Suddenly the government will talk about FPI taxation, the market will keep on falling, FIIs will keep on selling. Then under the pressure, they change the rule, they say no tax, okay? Again, after a few years, again they will start talking. And if you can remember, sometime in 2018, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman started talking about this FPI taxation issue. That time market fell like anything, and FIIs kept on selling. So the government was under tremendous pressure, because if the stock market is keep on falling, nothing can work in the economy, because people cannot raise the money, So under the pressure, so what she has done, on one day, just suddenly, without anybody asking, reduce the corporate tax from 30% to 22%. In fact, Arun Jaitley promised to bring the corporate tax from 30% to 25% in 2014 budget, which he has never done until 2018, right? And they have done it, but for very, very small companies, not for big companies. But in one shot, finance minister has to reduce the tax from 30% to 22%. That was mainly because of pressure from the FPIs. And now, once again, the government started talking about FII taxation. And today is Monday. I think as of today, the market has already fallen. How many days? 3 trading sessions. The market has already fallen 650 points. 200 points first day, 250 points second day, another 200 points today. So 650 points, that is more than 3%. To add fuel to the fire, so this Israel-Iran issue has come. Okay, so now many questions come. Number one, by knowing that this FPI thing will give trouble, like the government keep on changing their mind, so that the credibility of the government now is becoming a question mark. That's number one. Number two, now BJP term is ending almost. Okay, the elections are going to be held in another 1 or 2 months. A new government, that may be a BJP government also. Okay, it can be any government. So new government will be coming. But why in the last moment, okay, the BJP government has decided to do this agreement with Mauritius? Okay, so there are no answers to many questions, that is subject to your own interpretation. Some people, they are also saying about some conspiracy theory, because the domestic institutions are flush with money. They want to acquire, quality shares at a good price. So they need some kind of a correction in the market. So in the month of March, SEBI has induced a correction in stock market. They were talking about some directives on mid cap and small cap funds and this and that. And this time, is also induced by the government. So this correction. So, there are many things floating around that is subject to your interpretation. There are no proof to say all those kind of things. Okay. But whatever is said and that, it is good that once for all the government comes with some good clarification, and this is what we want. You want to come and do business, you do, otherwise you get out. Okay. So then they should not, talking about the tax, then, if FPIs keep on selling, then they change their mind, they say no tax. This is not done only in BJP period, it was done in Congress period also, if I am not wrong. So therefore, what India needs a clarity on taxation, right? Of course, anything you need a clarity, but when it comes to taxation, more clarity is required, right? So because, this is a big people and big money game is stock market, it involves thousands of crores. So let us hope at least, the government makes things very, very clear. Okay. So maybe now or maybe after election, whichever government comes in. So let us hope when there is a clarity, then there will be no more correction like this kind of things. So since 2007, we have corrected many times along with the global markets, but individually we are corrected only because of this FII taxation issue. Yes, no, so this kind of things. So let us see anyway what is going to happen. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.